Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, Chris, are you going to be protecting the front of your iPhone 6? And the answer is yes, I purchased this. It arrived. This is the Spigen Glass Slim. It says Glass TR. I don't know, Glass TR? Glaster? I've been really happy with Spigen? I don't know. I've never talked to them. I've only interacted with them, I guess, online. I lost my media contact, though. They used to send me products to review, and not anymore. So I bought this on my own. I ended up trading some of my Amazon points, courtesy of go.tagjag.com/free-apps and go.tagjag.com/free-points, to buy this. So it didn't really cost me anything, but, it still cost. So this is what I'll be putting on at some point, possibly today. I got to protect this thing, if only because I'm afraid of dropping it. That's my biggest fear for a phone. It's not nomophobia, it's dropping the phone. There are a lot of accessories out there, but one that I have trusted over the years, going all the way back. I wouldn't say to the first iPhone, but I'm pretty sure, when I started to get interested in mobile accessories, Spigen was right there. Spigen. I apologize, but I don't apologize at the same time, because I can't wait to try this. Extreme durability, perfect grip, rounded edges, which, by the way, apparently is causing a stir. That you've heard of Bendgate, or maybe you haven't, and it's okay if you haven't. Now, I'm not talking about the thing that you put on muscles to relax you. Bendgate, not Bengay. Two different things, really. And you do not want to put any muscle relaxers on your phone. Just don't do it. I know some of you have been tempted. You've seen these videos on YouTube with people putting creams and lotions on their smartphones. Do not do this, okay? Just don't. Hairgate is also this new thing, apparently, where people who have been holding their iPhone 6s or 6 Pluses up to their face and discovering that the little gap in between the glass and the rest of the phone is getting caught up in hair. Wow. Apparently Hairgate may be a thing. No, it's not, according to Mashable, and, Mashable publishes anything about everything and has done so for a number of years, and I trust Christina Warren, and I have for quite some time, one of those names that I believe people can trust, because she has longevity in the industry, also known as Film Girl, and she ran a series of tests, and no one had an issue with this. So if you hear about Hairgate, unless it's happened to you, I don't know how much water that theory holds. I have not had the issue, despite having both facial hair and hair on my head. I don't know where else you would hold the phone. Maybe you'd hold it to your chest and get caught. Oh no, maybe that's intentional. Where the phone could just stay there, hanging in your hair. That's a possibility, I suppose. No, I don't think that's really something you'd want to do. But the issue may have happened to you. It hasn't happened to me because I may be the only one who doesn't use my phone as a phone. If I'm talking to someone on the phone, it's usually on speaker. I don't want to hold a device up to my face, ever. No, not really something that I care to do. So I'm curious to know if anybody in our community has had experiences with gadgets getting caught up in their hair when they shouldn't have, or weren't necessarily designed to get caught up in their hair. Really bizarre stuff. I have uploaded my first weekly podcast, an AMA. You can ask me anything, but I may not answer everything, and that is going to be uploaded to SoundCloud. The Super Nomies, or at least those at the $10 a month patron level and higher, will get access to that a week before everybody else. So if you're at a lower level, think about upgrading. You get more bonuses from me. Everybody else gets to listen to it eventually. But 926 Super Nomies as of today. Thank you very much for helping make what I do possible. And I've even thought about, I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might do a hangout later today for some of the Super Nomies with me just installing this, and we're just hang out, because I got to do it. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't want to do it in the middle of TLDR. I swear to God, this is not, they're not a sponsor. I mean, I would welcome them. Do some giveaways, keep talking about it. I like that. I love sponsors. Without sponsors, I don't know if I'd be able to do everything. I can do a lot, thanks to the Super Nomies, but I couldn't do everything. One of our sponsors is currently Citrix, and I don't know if you've recognize this, but on Facebook, we've been uploading clips, highlights from TLDR, short videos that you can watch on Facebook. Thanks to John Prosser, I'm able to hire John, thanks to the Supernomies, thanks to sponsors, do these clips. So I'm able to do more, and I'm showing you that I'm able to do more beyond, above and beyond. But the primary reason we're able to do those clips with John, and I'm able to hire him, is thanks to this sponsor. Because managing your company's IT support needs can be challenging, especially when you have remote or mobile employees. And that is why I highly recommend Citrix GoToAssist, the #1 global market leader in remote support. The easy-to-use cloud-based support solution, the remote support solution, allows you and your IT team to solve problems faster. And if you sign up for GoToAssist before October 10th, almost there, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. It's one hell of a bonus, especially if you do anything with tech support, remote tech support, if that's a part of your business, or if you want to create a business around remote tech support. GoToAssist is an easy-to-use tool. I'm not kidding. GoToAssist remote support lets you provide live and unattended remote support to any computer or mobile device, and you can screen share to diagnose and fix problems faster and more effectively. And use GoToAssist apps to easily deliver support anytime, anywhere. This is the part of your business, whether it's not a core part of your business, it's just a part of your business. Chances are you deal with people who deal with technology on a regular basis, and they need your help. Would you rather drive over there or press a button? I'd rather press a button, personally, but I don't like leaving the house. So, my recommendation is, if you work in IT, I want you to try GoToAssist. If you do anything with computer troubleshooting, I want you to try GoToAssist. Sign up to sorry, I'm getting tripped up. Sign up for GoToAssist today and get another Citrix tool free for 6 months. Visit GoToAssist.com and get started, but do not wait. The special offer ends October 10th. Visit GoToAssist.com and sign up to receive this special offer today, not tomorrow, today. It's a big deal. Another big deal in the news, and this was kind of it was surprising and yet not surprising, and I'm going to dip into personal experiences here for just a moment. I don't think anybody would mind, because this is something that Apple's kind of bragged about in the past, but it seems that the sands are shifting. So, for a while, Apple has presented itself as a leader in just about every one of its keynote presentations, not to be confused with Keynote, the software, necessarily. It is exclaimed that iOS is always constantly adopted. We release a new version of iOS and everybody wants to upgrade. Well. According to Apple directly, people have all but stopped upgrading from iOS 7 to iOS 8. And this is according to Apple directly. This is on Apple's website, right here. 47%, you trip that up, 47% of devices are using iOS 8. 47%! And it's stalled. So, 47% are on iOS 7, 47% on iOS 8, and then earlier, about 6%, which I would say is normal. Not everybody was able to upgrade to iOS 7 or wanted to. So, the question is, and this is on my mind, and I'm certain I'm not the only one, why is this happening? Why hasn't everybody updated to iOS 8? Now, personally, I'd like to believe that people are like me and they see iOS 8 as still as sloppy as iOS 7. But that's not likely the case. More than likely, the problem is it's a massive update. Like, file size-wise. Like, if Apple wants people to update to iOS 8 or 8.02 or 8.1 or whatever, they have to shrink the size dramatically in some way. Because let's say you have a 16 gig iPhone and you are, full up on space and you got all these photos, you got all these videos, you got apps, you got music, all this stuff. You can't even update your phone. There's no room. There's no space to update. I think that's the problem Apple's running into. It has nothing to do with the quality of iOS 8. Although, to dip into a personal story here, Diana did not want to update to iOS 8. She's not a fan of updating software. If it doesn't happen automatically, she doesn't even bother. And that frustrates me. But I understand she didn't want to update to iOS 8. Most of my family had asked, should I update from iOS 7 to iOS 8? They didn't have some of the latest iOS devices, so they were worried, well, do I update? The bugs. So there could be a possibility that people heard that iOS 8 is not ready for prime time. And even though iOS 8.0.2 is fine. Haven't had any issues that I haven't had before with iOS 8 that weren't showstoppers. I'm still having massive issues with the Mail app not working very well at all, and I have no idea if Apple even understands the problem, if I can troubleshoot it further. Just I open a mail message that's clearly downloaded, and it takes 30 seconds to open up. On an iPhone 6. Same thing happened on an iPhone 5S, so I have a feeling it's iOS 8. So the reason why I believe iOS 8 adoption has pretty much stopped at this stage because people don't have space on their devices. So what can Apple do to alleviate this problem? One, they could offer everybody to upgrade to a higher iCloud storage tier and offer a part of that upgrade for free. Or they could figure out a way to back up what's currently on the device to, let's say, the iCloud, or did I just say the iCloud? The Google, to iCloud, their service, and keep it there temporarily, download the app to install the update, then once the update's installed, go back to iCloud and then re-image the device from the image that was created. So that's another way they could take. They could also go through and shrink the update size by a dramatic degree. And I mean dramatic. Or people could go the extra mile, and I don't think this is going to happen, and plug the device into a Mac or a Windows PC and update by way of iTunes, which I haven't done in forever. I have not updated. I don't use iTunes at all. So there are ways around this. The problem is Apple has to make it insanely easy. I'm like, dumb, simple, easy. And the only solution I see is iOS 8.1 has to be dramatically smaller. Dramatically. Because what else are you going to say to users? Oh, you're going to have to delete some photos. You're going to have to upgrade to our iCloud service. You're going to need to spend more money. You want to talk about an uproar. Apple, to me, only has one choice in the matter. Dramatically reduce the iOS 8 update file size and expect people are going to do an update over the air, which they're likely going to be doing, or I expect them to do. So, yeah, good luck, Apple. I think that's the only way out of this one because this isn't good. The whole 47%, not a good thing at all because you can't brag about that. Because now all the Android fans are just probably running around in their lawns without any pants on. Fragmentation! Fragmentation! Let's not do that because we've talked about Schadenfreude. It's just not a good thing. I hope that wasn't you, by the way, who did that. I saw a neighbor earlier this week doing that. Because he was an Android user. I'm kidding. He uses Windows Phone. No. My point is, this could hurt Apple, if only from a perception standpoint. Like, why aren't people updating? I'm telling you, it's file size. More than confident, it's file size. Because you don't have space for it, you can't update to it. What are you gonna do? You could eat some gourmet popcorn. I've had this in the pantry for like 2 months. We wanted to do a popcorn taste test and just never got around to it. It's Rogue Blue from the Rogue Creamery popcorn that has the essence and I think like real blue cheese. It's so good. Hey, I know you all are snacking. If you're snacking while you're watching my video, I can snack while I'm doing the video. I'm glad I brought water. I love popcorn. Popcorn is like not the perfect snack. I'm not going to go that far because there are a lot of perfect snacks out there. I prefer snacks that have strong flavor, which is why I like this type of popcorn because it's got blue cheese. And I love blue cheese. I think blue cheese is really my favorite cheese. Can't be the only one. All right. Now, I did a little bit of talking about industry trends. I did a little talking about what I'm doing with my iPhone. What do you guys want to see first? And gals, guys and gals, because I'm streaming this live onto YouTube. Oh, Kevin Paulson saying, would someone please make an animated GIF of that? Please, make an animated GIF of me doing that. Fragmentation, fragmentation, fragmentation. Yeah, y'all are free, and welcome to do fragmentation. I'm sorry, animated GIFs. Sorry, you're not welcome to do fragmentation. Fragmentation is not a good thing. All right, so what do you want to see first? Do you want to see the thing that I assembled with my own hands? Would you like to see the little bits assembly, or would you like to see this? Well, you're seeing this first. Sorry. They had this on sale, local store. It's a new dice game, like 70% off. It's like, this cost $5. It's got Darth Vader on it, so you know I had to have it. The other side's got a Luke Skywalker, which I'm not a huge fan of, but look at Darth Vader, Luke, Luke. No, he never says Luke. He goes, no, I am your father. That's not true. That's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. Yeah, but I have iOS. Fragmentation can't exist. What? Yeah, I want to talk about technology again. But we're talking about Star Wars. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Okay, it's time to move on. I'm not going to be removing this from the box. It is a collector's item. It's got dice inside, too. Or dices? Dices? No, dice is the plural of die. Die is the singular of dice. FYI, that's a little English lesson that I had to teach myself. So, yesterday, I showed you that I have the deluxe kit for Little Bits, and it's got all these components inside. And so I put together, I was just curious to know what this would, how it worked. And so I created the thing that I showed you yesterday. This is kind of a little recipe booklet, stomping shoes. And this is fun. Like, this kit right here, so many things on my desk. I need a bigger desk is what I need. Came in this kit right here, the Little Bits Deluxe Kit. All these components can be mixed and matched a variety of ways. And yes, just like I pointed out before, you can get $20 off your very first purchase, littlebits.com. Use the code LockerGnome. Hopefully y'all know how to spell LockerGnome by now. You know, I'm very, very happy with the idea of this because it was easy, simple, and you're really not limited by the electronic components so much as your imagination, because they can be put together in a variety of ways. And it's so super simple, so easy that I think anybody be able to do it. It was foolproof, honestly. Here's what I did. Here's what I assembled right here. Gotta be careful because it's right there. There are the components that I strung together. Let me go ahead and turn this on. What this will do, now that it's on, connected to a 9-volt battery, you see this wire? If I press this button, or this button gets toggled, basically it gets moved around, then the light will change states. So what I could do is I could wind this wire that glows, I love glowing things, through shoelaces, or use it as shoelaces, and then place this string of components like somewhere in my pants, and then have it such that as I walk, it pulls this button in some capacity, and it makes it look like, well, it doesn't just make it look like, it makes it such that my shoelaces are glowing. So you saw how I pulled this off. Each of these components snaps together. There's a little magnet in each one of them, and there's only one way to put the component in. So, like I said, foolproof. Like, if I try to put the component in this way, the magnet would repel. So, like north-north or south-south, they'd repel each other. Versus north-south. Bam. Done. And then, of course, the power module, and suddenly, I'm glowing again. See, if I remove the power, it's not glowing. But if I attach the power, it's glowing. This could be used, I mean, not this itself, but the kit could be used to teach, to learn, to explore, and to help anybody understand how the world around us can be modified based on our imagination. And I would have killed, okay, I'm not going to go that far. I would have loved to have, don't get me wrong, if I saw a spider, I would have killed the spider to have this Little Bits Deluxe kit when I was a kid. Because the electronics kits that we had as kids, they were clunky. This is clean. I love the fact that there are hundreds of recipes available for anybody to use and try. Just try. What are you going to do? Because you can take this apart, you can put another thing together and have something else. You want to know how I'm going to teach Jedi about electronics, this is one fantastic way. I cannot wait for her to get older. I can't believe I said that. I'm enjoying her time as a baby right now, except for the whole waking up at 5 in the morning because she's hungry thing. I used to do that, and Diana used to have to get up to feed me at 5 in the morning, but no longer. Jedi has taken my place. Let me go ahead and turn this off. Flip back over here. Make sure all these patrons get the credit that they deserve. My super nomies. By the way, this list of presentation, or I guess the presentation behind me will be updated in a few more days. So if you don't see your name up here, if your pledge didn't clear, that could be why. If you're a new pledger, that could be why. So if you don't see your name show up here in the next couple of days, that would be why. All right, now back to the news. I've geeked out a bit more. Oh, Vidgets. This is something that I thought was kind of neat. It's a free app. I've been looking for interesting widgets to use in iOS 8, and honestly, everything that I've tried, I'm like, no, I'm turning it off. No, I don't need it. I always feel that way about widgets. Well, there's this app. It's free. There's an in-app purchase that gives you like a bonus of like removing labels, which isn't a big deal, but it's free, and it's called Vidgets. That's like the word widgets, but instead of a W, it's a V, which in some accents and in some languages, the W is pronounced like a V. Vidgets. So get Vidgets, try Vidgets, and what you can do with Vidgets is, well, I gotta wait. I don't want to like interrupt the screen back here, but here, give me a second. I'm just gonna launch it on here. I don't have it installed on the iPad. I only installed it on the iPhone last night. So let's go ahead and open that up. Here are Vidgets in the notification center, right there. And you can move the icons around, like they have icons for battery life, time, so you can have like multiple time zones and cities, analog clock, weather conditions, amount of free memory, a timer, like all sorts of little widgets, and they'll even take suggestions for new widgets. So this to me is something that Apple probably, well, I would have liked them to have baked into iOS 8, but it's just as nice to see them having enabled something like this for somebody else to come along and actually implement. So Vidgets, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the better widget apps available on iOS 8 at this point in time. If you are a student, you may want to check out the GitHub Student Developer Pack. Within here is a series of services and apps that would normally cost you money that if you're a student, you can get for free. And it's an array of tools that could potentially lead you into a career within software engineering. And certainly it's not going to hurt. You know, you're a student, you want some free stuff, there you go, the Student Developer Pack. If you plan on being a developer, if you have some developer tendencies, that's a way to go. If you were just looking, if you're curious, well, why not take a look? It isn't going to cost you anything. Huge value. So thank you, GitHub, for assembling that and just being one company out of about a dozen or so to offer free resources to students. Google Plus is not dead yet. I don't know who's really using Google Plus anymore. Even the people that I know who once loved Google Plus have kind of moved on. But Dave is the guy's name who's taking over. Dave Bresbis. Yes, Brett. I always transpose the R when I'm reading it. Bezbris is taking it over, and good luck, Dave. I am very, very hopeful that Google Plus will be around for forever. I wish that Google Plus was implemented differently. I have gone as far as to only circle certain types of people and communities. The problem that I had with Google Plus is that if I circled someone who was interested in technology, my feed was just a crap fest. And I was like, I don't want this anymore. So I only follow Star Wars and Lego stuff, really, on Google Plus. And a lot of it's there. A lot of cool people on Google Plus. It's just another, network or social layer, as Google calls it. So it's not dead yet. They still have plans to take it into the future. I don't know what Google Plus is going to become. It's still there. They have plans on continuing to develop for it. But what is it? My dog is not disagreeing with me. She's sleeping. She's dreaming of the day that Google launched Google Plus and wished that they would have rolled it out differently. I know. But they decided to just kind of cram it down people's throats, and that's why they ended up with the problems that they had. Well, some of the reason, not all the reasons right there. I think as a service that ties together your engagement across Google properties, Google Plus is fantastic. I think that there's an extreme amount of merit in what they've put together with Hangouts. Does Hangouts need Google Plus? No. Does Google Plus need Hangouts? Yes. And I say that because I don't know if you're managing photos on Google Plus. Maybe you are if you're a Google user. And I guess I'm a Google user. I'd consider myself a Google user. In fact, I was one of the first people to download their new Google News and Weather app for iOS, just released. I have, well, not every Google app on iOS, but just about. In fact, YouTube just rolled out their Creator Studio upgrade today. So now it has native iPad support. It's other news for you if you use Google. I use Google Docs religiously. Can I say that? I mean, I don't worship Google. Google is not a religion, but I'm just saying I use it very regularly, extremely regularly. But in terms of managing images and photos, I guess I don't really use Google. I don't use any one service for managing photos. I might be an outlier, though. Everybody has a different use case. So I don't know what Google Plus can become. Where's it going to go? A media management tool? A activity management tool specifically for your involvement with Google? I can tell you where it gets a little messy. Their integration with YouTube. Oh, where do I begin? You know, I now, it used to be really easy to block really rude people. It's so simple. Click block, done. Now you got to block them in like 4 different places or ban them. And there are like 2 different levels of blocking or banning and 3 different pages, and it's messy. Although it'd be neat if they the one thing that I would want Google Plus to do, because I admit this would be kind of nice. I would love to see, you know, the people who have circled me on Google Plus, like 1 million some. It would be nice to combine my Google Plus subscribers with my YouTube subscribers, because then I'd have over 1 million. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know what Google's going to do with Google Plus. I don't know what's going to see them through. I think they're going the right direction with it in terms of media management, in terms of account engagement. That is to say, anything that you're doing that's connected to Google properties, your Google Plus page kind of surfaces it. I think they could go a step further with that. But it's just, right now, the information architecture, it needs to be re-architected. And I don't know how they're going to pull that off. But I wish them well, because it's just yet another service that we may be able to use. But at this stage, I don't know. I don't know many people who use Google Plus just because it's Google Plus outright. Not anymore. Not anymore. They're out there. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying a lot of people have kind of moved on. So maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. I don't know where you sit on that. Yeah, Pezliz likes it because it puts snowflakes on her photos. That to me is a gimmick. It's cute, but it's a gimmick. I'm not a fan of gimmicks. Really. Gimmicks are cute. Snowflakes on photos. It's interesting. Is that going to pull people in? I doubt it. Maybe I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. I could be maybe that's the thing they need to do is put more things on photos. But remember, I said I think, you know, if they develop their media management tools, they could be going the right direction. People still need photo management, video management, media management. No one's really cracked that nut, not effectively. Here's something. There's going to be a blood moon tonight. And this is something that is a bigger deal. It's kind of like a partial eclipse. The moon's going to be red in the sky. And those on the Pacific coast are going to get a good shot of it, apparently. So I'm going to do my best to vlog the blood moon tonight. I don't have an amazing camera. I mean, I do have a camera. It's not amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, guys and gals. I did not mean to have you staring at that for a while. Let me kick in the screensaver. Facebook is allegedly going to launch an anonymity app. So Facebook, this entity that is all about tying your identity into everything that you do and monetizing it in every way, shape, and form. Set to launch an anonymity app because this is the thing to do. Do we really, is this what we expect of Facebook? B, will it take off? C, do we really need another one of these anonymity apps? Like, it seems like every day a new anonymous app is uploaded. Great, let's just surface the worst of humanity again. There's a time and a place for anonymity. Absolutely, you're never going to hear me argue otherwise. The problem is that anonymity is abused more often than not. This is where I think technology is going to put us further behind and not further ahead. But Facebook apparently wants to do an anonymous app. Congratulations if this is the case. I have like little to no interest. It's not novel. Ooh, wow, cool. I can do things anonymously online. That's awesome. Thank you. I could be wrong. Maybe they got something anonymous pro. I don't know. Maybe. Ooh. This is what Facebook can do differently. You can be anonymous, but you can be even more anonymous for if you pay them $2,000, like, to reach everybody anonymously. Yeah, you like that idea? Is that Facebooky? As I talk to my nobody in the room, except for a sleeping dog. Max 3099 says that Google Plus is good for community, and I agree and disagree. I mean, I set up, maybe I did it the wrong time. I set up a community for what we do, and I'd say that nobody's really using it. Nobody cares. I hate to say it. Maybe nobody cares about me. Fine, I'm willing to admit that. I subscribe to a few communities, like Star Wars and Lego stuff, but that's about it. Speaking of community, I'm talking with a little further with a friend who works for a company that's developing apps specifically around communities. And we talked about rebooting the LockerGnome app for iOS and Android. I think I'm going to be moving to iOS, even though not every feature is there. I'd rather just kind of step into it. The iOS LockerGnome app will be updated likely in the next few months. Android's going to come not long thereafter. More features will be coming in, but I'd say most of our community engagement, is going to go the way of the app. I don't think I want to use a website to manage community anymore. Honestly, I think you're using a mobile device wherever you go, and I'd rather just keep connected with you in that way. I'd be happy to do that and get rid of a lot of the websites that I've used to manage community in the past. I think community is moving towards mobile anyway. That's the computer you always have on you. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. That's just a little FYI. Something coming down the pike. The only other bit of news I have, I think I'm going to keep till tomorrow because I babbled a bit much today. Hopefully you didn't mind. Well, I know if you're watching this deeply into the video, you didn't mind. And if you, Crash, you talk too much. Dude! Do we not know each other? This is what I do. I talk. Sometimes I make sense. And sometimes I thank people. Andy CD Green, it's Andy CD Green, sent me this. We had the patron hangout a few weeks ago, and he mentioned that he had an extra one of these, the Emmett in pajamas. I did not have this minifigure, so thank you very much. He writes, to Chris, Diana, Jedi, and the rest of the LockerGnome crew, thanks for all the content you provide on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. As a token of thanks, please enjoy this Lego Movie Pajamas Emmett on me. Here you go. Do this. It's probably going to make him happy, because Lord knows I'm happy. There are his social accounts, his YouTube account, Twitter, Instagram. Check him out right now. Thank you, Andy CD Green, for the gift of a minifigure. I love these things. I love them. I will love these things for the rest of my life. Everything else, yeah, I could love. Some things I tolerate. These things I love. Find what you love. Do what you love. Be what you love. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I'm going to wrap up now. At this point, I've got to do my Q&A with you and me. Today's question was something about, something about Jedi and a path. Hang on. How will you keep Jedi on the right path? Well, right is relative, one. And two, I've got a few ideas on how I can do my best as a parent, as a father, as a geek, as a nerd, as a dork, as a dweeb, as whatever the hell you want to call me, in relation to my child. Got some opinions I'd like to share. In that separate video, you can watch it right now in this channel. Over almost 100 exclusive videos on specifically for the super nomies, the patrons. If you don't want to know the answer to that question, great. You can move on with life, and I don't think you're going to lose any sleep over it. Someone's like, oh, you put your content behind a paywall. I'm like, yeah, and Starbucks puts their coffee behind a paywall. Hang on, I'm just soaking in the irony. Wait, was it irony? No, it wasn't irony. I don't... What was that? It's really time to... I gotta move on. I don't even know what the hell that was. It was fun. I thought it was funny. That example? Irony. Is that... Can I say it's irony? It's not. That's not irony. That was an example of not irony. That's what I was trying to do. Not irony. Corollary. There we go. Can I go with corollary? Not to be confused with capillary. Thanks again for giving me your attention, even though I hope I did not waste it today. I enjoyed doing this kind of thing, spending my time with you. Thank you. I really do appreciate the support. We're almost at... No, we are at 30,000 subscribers for this channel. Wow. You guys must really like me talking. That's awesome. Would love to talk more with you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being yourself. I hope you are happy. And if you're not happy, it's well within your power to find your happiness, so long as it doesn't come at the cost of somebody else's. If nobody else told you today, I love you, and I appreciate you, and I believe in you. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.